Game on, everybody! The Nations Cup continues, and France is going up against Turkey today. Now, it's going to be a rough one for Turkey. They played against the Czech Republic, and they were pretty demolished by their opponent. I said it before, and I feel I have to put this into the proper frame here. So, the Turkish Heroes of the Storm community seems to be pretty small, and they don't have as big of a player pool to draw from as other regions and nations, so they were happy that they were able to get a team into the contest in the first place. So this is more of an experience for them than anything else, I suppose, and they don't quite have the competitive experience that exists on the side of the French. France is obviously one of the most dominant ones in Group B, and they are doing extremely well. I mean, they absolutely crushed in their first series. They are the favorites to make it out of the group in the #1 spot. And right now, this could be a very, very short series that we're going to see here today. Now, when it comes to the ban patterns, we have Turkey banning out Abatha and Zarya. So on Sky Temple, our opening map in the best of 3, we're going to have not this super strong 4-man that France actually played in one of their Towers of Doom matches. And even Zeratul gets banned out here. Now again, just to put this a bit in perspective, if you want to catch the stream live, if you're watching this maybe as a VOD right now, you can go to khaldor.tv and check the schedule out over there. There's also the groups listed if you're not quite familiar with which team is currently in which group. Groupstage will have a couple of big discrepancies between the skill levels of the teams as we're heading into the playoffs. It's going to change. And there's definitely a couple of real highlight matches in all of those groups. I mean, my personal favorite is the match that we are at some point going to see in Group D when Sweden goes up against Poland. That should be a highlight. But well, as it stands, Anna gets picked immediately, and okay, here we go. Samuro gets taken right away. Turkey is pretty happy at this point that they banned out Abatha, because Abatha and Samuro as a duo on Sky Temple has even been played in HGC back in the days, and it is incredibly cancerous. It is absolutely annoying if you have to deal with that. And there's Li Ming. I gotta say that the draft so far from the Turkish team is actually pretty solid. Nano boosted Li Ming. It's, I mean, very standard, but it's really solid setup that they currently have for this. Now, Masquerade on Garrosh is obviously going to attempt to provide kills for the team, which means that they are likely looking for some lockdown. That could be Malfurion with a root on the ground. Or, if they are more so interested to try and go through the camps, maybe Rhaegar is getting picked here. Unless one of them is being banned out by Turkey. In comes the Arthur's ban, which immediately makes me question if that's only for some controller on Samuro, or if you're actually going to have a lockdown onto Greymane for them, where Arthur sometimes is playing a bit of a role. Now Arthur's, again, in North America, if you see Arthur's, he's more so in the main tank position, but on the European side, it's pretty much just exclusively on the offlane, so it would still work with Johanna here. Medivh gets banned, and with that, the option to go into Malfurion if they want the hero here. And I'm more so interested what the range damage is going to be. Well, there's already one answer. Gul'dan locked down by Tobos. And are we going to see the support at this point? I mean, they don't have to, but they go for Ixir and Rhaegar. Okay, Banana H. Usually the support player for them. So unless they shift around or play a double support, there is a chance that they're, in this case, just switching a couple of the roles against the Turkish team. And, well, the Turks still need the last 2 picks, which means the offlaner is going to be important. And there we go. Greymane gets picked, and so does Chen. Okay. Solid setup. And Thrall gets locked down as the last pick on the side of France. So they have 3 melees, a lot of assassins here. And it seems like Ixir is going to be the one playing Rhaegar for the team. So ladies and gentlemen, game #1, the best of 3 series here at the Nations Cup, as we're heading into the match between France and Turkey. The theme team! The dream is real, ladies and gentlemen. France is going full horde at this point with a 5-man orc team. Smog, as we are going straight into it. Sky Temple, the first map in the best of 3 with Banana H on Thrall, Ixir on Rhaegar, Tobos on Gul'dan, Dequaza on Samuro, and Masquerade on Garrosh. It's pretty rough for me to bring those two together. The French have a reputation for surrendering, even though the Heroes of the Storm team apparently hasn't heard that yet. But the Horde, on the other hand, they are just the exact opposite. So does that cancel each other out? Are we gonna have some surrendering orcs? Like, I don't know what to do with this. Turkey, on the other hand, on the right side, with Melandi on Liming, Razia on Greymane, Aquiloth on Chen, BRH on Johanna, and Tootlaser on the other thing. I think that was Greymane. Yeah, indeed. Alright, so let's see what we're going to get with that. Heavy aggression topside already against the Panda. The French very aggressive. And again, Ether Walk for Liming. We've already seen this the other day, and the builds continue in the same fashion. Now, this will be an interesting game one way or another, but we have to, from the beginning, still throw out that obviously there is some real big difference between what we're expecting from the teams now. The French not only are the favorites in Group A, but at the same time they're also the team that we can expect to go far in the playoffs. And they go up against an absolute underdog as the Turkish team. So far not really seen a lot of victories, and Chen is already getting bullied at the top lane. Very, very quickly, I might add. And I still have to say that I absolutely hate what Blizzard has done with the graphics on Sky Temple. It looks more so like Underwater Temple than Sky Temple. I mean, where are those bright sun colors that we had before? Instead, we're getting this watered up thing. It honestly looks like it's a cloudy day on Sky Temple. Or if somehow this is turned into Atlantis and if a couple of like bubbles would come up, I would totally believe that Sky Temple has sunk into the ocean and everybody is playing underwater polo here. Top side, Chen is still getting bullied, and this is not really a good sign. If you're getting bullied this hard in the early game by your opponent... Oh, Chen! What are you doing, bro? No! In Germany we call that mit Ansage. They send him a text message, send him an email, and even a signed letter and said, dude, like, if you don't move, then you will die, and he just didn't care. He went down. Also level 4 with a thirst for battle. Garrosh definitely has that, and Liming is dead too. They moved into the middle, got another one. A little bit of dancing for Masquerade as he goes for... How many hit points does that tower have? That was absolutely nothing. So, rough start for Turkey. 2 kills against 0, and blink and you miss it. This is pretty much the name of the game here. Top side is where we have still Chen trying to do his thing. Quasar already moving in and trying to get another quick one. We have with level 4 abilities ready and then a 1 level lead. Still a good position for the team in blue. Turkey is trying to take one camp down. Getting a bit of meat for the next cape up here. And take down the night camp, so that's going to help up to the top. Chen jumping away, again in trouble. Blaze wants the kill, goes in, and is about to grab it. The Panda is down, and Quasar is on the run, but boys, they are brutalizing this fort early on here. Masquerade even with the big boy flank coming in with Garrosh, but just look at this. This is just an absolute onslaught, and Turkey is having massive problems. Greymane is down. And pretty much France is doing the exact same thing that the Czech Republic was doing. Put the pressure onto Turkey and make sure that they can never really set anything up here. As long as you keep them on the back foot, you're going to be in a decent spot there. The temples have been announced, but we haven't really seen anybody go for the objective yet. Obviously on Sky Temple it is absolutely fantastic if you can take a few structures down without even using the objective, and in the mid lane they're doing the same thing with Banana H. The rotation is in and he should be able to get away, but up to the top it's a big problem for Jojo. BRH is in trouble and goes down to, that's level 7, nearly level 8 on the side of the blue team. And we have 5 kills against 0. Big lead and the lockdown against Greymane as they are trying to get another kill set. He barely makes it out, jumps into the Worgen form. Thrall was a bit low in the process too. Chen gets thrown in again, tries to jump out, but he's in the middle of 5 heroes at this point and is losing a massive amount of HP. They're going on, nearly getting the kill. Ana keeping the boys alive for as long as she can, but now the temples are being claimed and that's shots fired all over the map. With the wall fallen, the fountain is next, and this is gonna home in onto the fort in just another moment. 23 stacks for Gul'dan, another flip, another attack. Ana in trouble, and she's down to 6 kills against 0. It is a little bit what we expected here. But there's at least experience lost at the bottom of the map. Thrall is rotating in, but he's slightly late to this. He's still able to pick up most of it. So far, we have the quest completed. Shen is down again at the top as we have Rhaegar chased away in the middle. But level 10 is actually close now. Just half a level missing. And the rotation from the heroes that move topside to take Shen down are moving straight back down again. Going for Greymane with another flip attempt. He's trying to get away here. Thrall isn't even here to help out, but they don't even need him. They get another kill, and that's now 8 kills against 0. Rhaegar was in a bit of trouble for a second, but now that Thrall rotates in once more, if the heroic abilities drop into their hands, that would be a big win now too. They're actually going straight for Jojo. Lockdown is there, Iron Skin was available. Masquerade is trying to get the flip, waits it out, throws him in, there's the stun, and there's the kill. Beer Rage goes down, and that's level 10 abilities now. And we have the memes. Immediately the Decimate over here and the Rain of Destruction for Gul'dan. They are absolutely murdering it. The Siege Giants that Thrall has taken are now trying to go through the bottom fort like a hot knife through butter or cheese. Screwing up my own meme here at this point. I mean, honestly, the theme is still the same. You blink, you miss it. They're going for the boss now too, and I mean, why wouldn't they? They're 3 levels ahead with 9 kills to 0, so there's no way to stop them from the boss. Li Ming goes down at the same time. Samura's just roaming the map now, trying to get kill after kill. Blaze is not in the game, but Greymane has tried to stem the aggression against the fort, and he stopped it for now. But they're moving in again. So far, no Rain of Destruction. The Orcs, guys, it's a full Orc game, and there we go. Rain of Destruction is in, and RNGesus so far has been with Gul'dan. A lot of damage against Greymane as Chen dies again against Samuro. Well, the action is hot and heavy at the bottom of the map. Samuro and Garrosh at the top are doing a whole lot of work. Now the objective is focusing onto the bot lane. That's the last fort that falls. Turkey now down with not a single kill. Samuro again in the middle, trying to get another kill in, and is about to drop Greymane. Here comes Gul'dan trying to pick up a few more stacks so that he can finally complete the Echo Corruption here. In terms of the damage output, as the boss, by the way, is still up on the map. We're looking at 24,000 for Gul'dan, 14,000 for Li Ming, and yep, it's all over the place, the game. Massive, massive problem here for Turkey, as expected, and it is rough going here, as France is going for the memes and for the win. They want to make this a quick 2-0, and at this point, it's questionable if Turkey can stem the bleeding at some point. Level 13 talents are soon ready for France, which means they have a 2-talent advantage over their opponent, which is actually incredible considering that one of those talents is the heroic ability. So yeah, they have it all. And with that, they can easily move through topside now and try and go for the keep itself. Blood Craze on level 13. Shikuchi taken. Greymane is down. Push through the middle as we have the push to the top. Ana needs to be careful here too. Topside, another attack against Jojo as Beer Rage is already starting to drop low, but at least heroic abilities are now finally ready. The problem is they also have to use them. Was that a nano boost on Johanna? I hope not. Probably not. No. It's actually on Li Ming. Yeah, way better. Beer Rage coming in again, and the kill against Ana comes through, and that's not going to be the only one, is it? Chen is in trouble, and he's trying to come back to the Nexus, but he can't even make that happen. 14 kills against 0. Can they at least get a kill, or is this going to be the perfect game? Jojo about to go down. 15 kills against 0. 8.5 minutes in, and we have Turkey on the ropes. They go up against a huge favorite in this group, and you can definitely tell the difference here. They make the play for Greymane, but the setup against Masquerade, and oh my god, Garrosh, he is feeding like a maniac here. I mean, what the hell is happening? Masquerade, once again, way too aggressive here. Is just dying time after time again. Hardcore feeding here from the frontliner on the side of France. Absolutely inexcusable. And I'm pretty sure that his team is calling him out as we speak. The Orcs are going in, and, well, the first one to fall is Garrosh. Hashtag not my war chief. 34,000 damage now from Gul'dan. They're starting to go straight in for another camp steal, but this time they can't pull it off because Turkey is ready and is in position. But at least they get the camp towards the top. And the temple is up. I mean, normally when we're talking about the second temple, I'm talking a lot about heroic abilities, I'm talking a lot about taking that fountain down. but France is taking it to the next level. Not only eliminated the Fountain, but pretty much also the hopes and dreams of Turkey in the process. That's a wraparound if I've ever seen one. Still the big lead in talents. There's the Sundering, the insta-kill against Ana. Rain of Destruction. Li Ming is in trouble as Gul'dan is going for her, but the rest of the team is also low, and that's the end of Greymane. Jojo is about to fall. There's the end of the Panda. He's trying to get at least a kill against Rhaegar, but he can't make it happen. Yeah, top side, that's where now the camp is even pushing through together with a couple of catapults. Li Ming is still in trouble. Here comes the kill attempt. Is it gonna be 5-man wipe? Ah, Rayquaza! Barely makes it out. Barely makes it out. That could have been a kill. Li Ming had the opportunity to move straight in and get it. 19 kills against 1. And the talents, as you can tell, 16 against 10. Massive lead for France at this point. Absolutely massive lead. Yeah, they're going for it. They're looking for the additional kills and they're looking for the keep. And the one in the middle is going to fall. So is Greymane. He's down already. Masquerade is also in a bit of trouble. But doesn't feed this time. Or does he? Well, we'll see. They're still going for that keep, and it is going to fall for sure. The catapults are going to take care of that one way or another. Siege Giants at the bottom of the map, putting the pressure onto the final keep in the game. The kill attempt against Li Ming, and it is successful. Rain of Destruction is also in, and the Orcs are going Smorg for the Horde, baby. Ana is down, and the Panda is also in trouble. That's another kill against Akrulov, one way or another. 23 kills for them, and Garrosh died again! Masquerade with a massive feed as France takes the victory in game number 1. Game number 2! Game 2, boys. We had a full Orc team in game number 1. And what is France going to pull off this time? We have Battlefield of Eternity, and that scares me more than anything else, to be honest with you. Because this is a map where we had a lot of record attempts in the past, especially the Korean teams have put on some numbers here. And yeah, we've seen more than only one game end below 10 minutes. It's gonna be an interesting one. And well, it was actually the map choice of Turkey. That's another thing. Turkey actually picked this map. And talking about Murky, I could see a Murky come through here at some point. But yeah, Masquerade died twice, so at least Turkey wasn't taken down without taking a single kill, which was important here. Zarya gets banned. I think this is actually a very good approach here. It's a pretty important one. And I'm not even memeing. I really think that the ban pattern and the picks from Turkey were not bad at all. It's just that they are going up against a team that is a huge favorite just because they have so much competitive experience and also a lot of strong players. As I said before, Grandmaster and Storm League in general doesn't really mean anything, but there's obviously a little bit that you can glean from that, and pretty much every single player on the side of the French team is at least Grandmaster. There's a number 1 and the number 2 spot in there too, which doesn't really tell you a lot about their competitive performance just in general, but it at least tells you that on a mechanical level they know what they're doing here. And yeah, Battlefield of Eternity is going to be the second map in the series, and very likely this will be a 2-0 victory. The question is just how is it going to happen, and also is the meme train coming out again. I mean, first pick is already up, so we'll see what happens with that. But I'm scared. I mean, I am scared at this point. There is Probius. I'm scared for a reason. Now, we've seen in the last Nations Cup, especially the UK team play a lot with Probius, and absolutely for real. But now the probe is coming in. And yeah, what are we going to do with that? Honestly, I feel like it's a little bit of a weird one, because for some reason there's always people that complain when one team is obliterating the other one. No matter what you do, you are being called out here. If the French go up with a full-on lineup and they just bring their all and crush the opponent, then it's a huge problem. If they meme a little bit around and give Turkey at least a chance, then people will talk about disrespect. So no matter what you do, you're going to be in an awkward spot. But this is all in good fun, and I very much believe that the Turks are not going to have a problem with this, because they obviously realize the position that they're in right now. Cho'Gall gets picked. I don't know what else to tell you guys. We have Probius and Cho'Gall. So this is going to be incredibly interesting. What are we going to see on the support side? I don't think it has to actually mix with what they're picking here. So Auriel was already banned. What is the Mimi support that they could pick? I guess it's Lily. So maybe Lily and a Twin Blade Varian. Is that something that we can see here? Is it going to be a Gazlow? Like, I don't know what they're going to pull out. But honestly, if I'm Turkey right now, I'm going all out with my draft. I'm really going as tryhard as I possibly can. And I say, hey, if you guys give us an opportunity to maybe win a map here, we're going to take it. So, yeah, they're still staying on message. Look at that draft. They have Vala, they have Draymond, and I like it. They're actually playing this exactly the way that they are supposed to. Turkey with a really serious draft here. They're saying, okay, let's throw against our opponent whatever we can. They know that their chances of winning anything in this series are slim to none. They're going up against France, for fuck's sake. The French are strong. There's Alexstrasza getting picked. I'm a little bit disappointed. I was expecting a Lily. I was really expecting Lily here, but the memes apparently don't go that deep. Instead, we get Gazlow. Giving them clamps, baby. Giving the clamps. And Turkey, what are they going to pick? What are we going to see from them? Turkey, at this point, they still need their offlaner. They know they're going up against Gazlow here. What's the weapon of choice in this setup for them? It's definitely going to be a Mimi game. We had a full Orc team in game number 1, and now we have... I mean, this. Just look at it. As far as memes go, how much stronger can you go? Also, there's... Oh my god, no! Why Atanas? Come on! Your draft was good. Why the hell did you do that? Atanas is getting picked. I mean, I guess they really want to win that Immortal and think that their hail in this game lies in them claiming the objective. Either way, Battlefield of Eternity, ladies and gentlemen. Second game between Turkey and France. Let's jump straight into the game. Game on, ladies and gentlemen. France against Turkey. And, well, we have the French going straight in for the meme composition. Banana H on Probius, Tobos on Gazlow, Ixi on Alexstrasza, Masquerade on Gall, and Tequaza on Cho. And on the right side, the Turkish team right now with Melandio on Vala, Todlaze on Rega, BRH on Johanna, again. Aquiloth on Atanas, the only pick that I'm really ripping them for here, because that is just a shit pick on any map, and yes, Battlefield of Eternity belongs to them too. And we have Razil on Greymane. So, with that said, let's jump straight in. And again, it is obviously a bit of a Mimi setup that we're seeing here, but I'm still curious, because right now the big question is, has France maybe overdone it a little bit? Day Raid! That is a surprisingly sick name for Cho'Gall. I like that. Day Raid is a pretty awesome name, I gotta say. Yeah, that's definitely out there. In terms of talents, as you would expect, the amateur opponent is being picked. We're also having Monster Hunter on level 1 on the side of Vala. Top lane gets attacked. Gazlow is just sitting there and he's saying, like, I'm gonna give them the clamps. He has the turrets up. The problem is he can't really stop this setup. He has no chance there. On the other hand, Atanas at the bottom of the map obviously doesn't have a chance to pull that one off either. And this is the only pick that really disappoints me a bit from the Turkish team. I think they really stepped up their draft in general and their ban patterns too. But Atanas, I mean, it's a bit of a noob trap, honestly, to pick him on Battlefield of Eternity, because people think that amateur opponent makes him a great pick here, since you have extra damage against the Immortal. Unfortunately, the problem with Atanas is that he sucks in comparison. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, kill him, kill him, kill him, yes, yes, bite him. No, 26 HP, and he gets away. Oh god, that would have served the French well to die immediately on Cho'Gall in this game, but unfortunately he couldn't really get it. But yeah, let's get back to Atanas for just a moment. Oftentimes the argument is made, well, Atanas adds this, Atanas adds that, and obviously he does add stuff. I mean, it's a hero in the game, so he has certain abilities that he can bring to the table. The problem that you have with Atanas is that in comparison to any other offlaner that you pick, he pretty much pales in comparison. Any other offlaner that is in the meta, of course. Ah, well, Gazlow gets the first kill. Against Atanas, by the way, just saying. Yes! And the counter kill. There we go. Greymane, my boy. Yeah, and so you give up a slot where you could have a really strong offlaner and someone that helps you in the team fights later. Like, let's say, for example, Blaze would be a great pick. You can go Thrall, Malthael, Leo. There's like a plethora of offlaners that are really strong here. And instead you have Atanas, who pretty much doesn't add anything but a little bit of damage against the Immortal. So this is a bit of an unfortunate pick from them. outside of that, I like that draft. They have a lot of damage against the Immortal. They really have a clear vision of what they are trying to do. And France just has said, okay, we know we are heavily ahead. We want to make this at least a pretty fun experience. So let's go for a bit more of a Mimi draft. And we already have a kill against Probius. But then we had Gazlow coming in with a laser and immediately showing Atanis, who's boss, and lasering him into the ground. He's like, you think you have a laser? I got a laser too. And I don't have to wait until level 10 until I have it. So already the pressure against the Immortal. And again, this team has a lot of Immortal pressure. That is definitely true. The red team, if they have one thing going for them, it's that. Uh-oh. Vala! Vala's great escape. Or at least the attempt thereof. Yeah, she goes down, killed by Day Raid. Halftime show nearly secured. And Probius is at the same time trying to take the top down. Alexstrasza is in. And there's still a camp from Turkey getting some pressure in. Down at the bottom of the map. As we have the escape attempt from Atanis, which by the way is successful. I can't believe that they didn't send anybody in to win the halftime show. Honestly, Turkey just needed to move one hero into a range of the Immortal to get a bit of damage in, and they would have won the halftime show easy peasy. I mean, they were incredibly close, but instead it's actually Gazlow who gets it for his team. And, well, right now it's going to be the reset, and then they have to try and zone in on that as quickly as they can. Shield Capacitators taken from Probius on level 4 after the Warp Resonance on level 1. Here comes the attack again. They're trying to race it down, and they might be able to win this. Honestly, if they don't get anything else in this game, they should be able to get that Immortal, and they do. Immortal taken, and Turkey has a bit of an opportunity right now. Greymane is still on the run and likely to fall. Banana Age with the speed. Oh, he doesn't get it. Greymane gets away. Level 7 is ready though for France. Obviously they do a much better spot when it comes to the macro rotations and soaking the experience on the lanes. They have that experience through through competitions throughout the entire year. I mean, their competitive history is obviously a strong one. There's no push with the Immortal from the Turkish team, which is really limiting the amount of damage that this one can do. And as you can tell, they're getting the wall pretty much, and that's about it. Top sides, Atanis is going up against Gazlow, and there are a few more heroes coming in. They really want that kill, and they're gonna get it. 2 kills against 2. Yeah, I mean, again, the Turkish team is just looking at this and saying, boys, we're gonna do whatever we can here. So at this point, we have up to the top, again a 4-man moving straight into the camp. There's also level 7 abilities. By the way, Vala has only acquired a single stack so far for her level 4. With a repeating arrow, she can get a little bit more. And the God Swap from Atanis! And Day Raid goes down. Nice! Turkey comes in. This is one of those moments when you really are easily misled that Atanis actually does anything useful. Because you have a swap like this and you're like, oh my god, look at it! And it's fun. Again, if you play Atanis for fun, there's no problem with it, of course. But a strong competitive composition still relies on a much better offlaner than him. That Blaze, for example, could get those stuns in against him, I was about to call him Gul'dan. Cho'Gall, obviously. But that was a cool one. That was still a good one. I mean, I'm not trying to really rip the player here. That was a nice effort that we saw from Akriloth, and he really set that kill up for his team. And especially with Greymane later and Cursed Bullet, very likely, we're going to see them focus Cho'Gall a little bit more often and try to get the damage in. Once that we are seeing Manticore come through for Vala, which I would still expect on 16, and the Farfly Quiver, that's going to be a lot of additional pressure against Cho'Gall. Again, Turkey can win this. Turkey can absolutely win this. If they dominate in teamfights later on, they have a chance here. I would actually assume that France at some point is starting to switch back a little bit and go more for a macro style than anything else. But we're not quite there yet. For now, it's just the objective number 2 that we're talking about. But I would really expect a lot of focus in those percentage damage abilities against Cho'Gall. Day Raid at the front once again. Yeah, but the damage is there. Again, immortal damage is something that they have in spades. Turkey is doing incredibly well with that, and they win the halftime show. But they're also starting to go up against an opponent that has level 10 abilities. And that is scary. Yeah, right now, we have the Twisting Nether. You also see the Life Binder. That's going to be fantastic, of course. In addition to that, the Grabo Bomb is in. The Upheaval also taken, and the Pylon Overcharge. Level 10 abilities soon for both. Banana Age at the bottom of the map, trying to speed away. Greymane tries to go in, but they don't have enough to take the little probe down. Dayrate, on the other hand, is coming in for the kill and wants it. Cho'Gall showing no mercy, and that's the end of Greymane. And they go for the doggy too, trying to take Rhaegar down, who dodges actually a fair amount of the damage here and is able to escape. The fight is still on the other hand. Vala is down, but that Immortal might still fall. Artanis is trying to be a hero and starts to go in with her, but he's also meeting his maker here. Because Bullet is by now through. Another attack against Johanna, and Beer Rage is dropped. 6 kills against 4. Probius moving topside to deal with the camp that has started to push through this. Entire fort was, by the way, destroyed. So in terms of structures, it's actually an even game right now. Fort versus fort that we've seen. So the Turkish players definitely coming through here. We have Bloodlust taken. And they're trying to go for Cho'Gall, but they can't quite lock him down. Yeah, lacking the CC here a little bit. It's still fascinating to see Bloodlust with this. I mean, again, it is Vala, we have Artanis here, and we have Greymane, so they're just going full ham on it. And they're running into Cho'Gall again. Bullet is up in another couple of seconds. There's a swap. They're actually going for Bloodlust. They're pulling all the stops here. They really want him. Artanis went into... Why the hell did Artanis go into the suppression pulse? I mean, honestly, here comes the attack. Dayrate, swap, grab a bomb. Everybody's low on the red team. Johanna comes in, but she can't survive. Goes down. Vala's on the run. Only 8 stacks for her on level 4, and she goes down too. The Immortal has, in the meantime, taken down the top fort. Artanis is trying to move in to get some pressure onto it, but level 13 talents will give another big boost to France in just a second. Ah, well. And there we have those talents already claimed as the Immortal is moving through the top wall. Ah, but it is going to be rough. Dayrate is sitting there crushing with the Immortal through the wall, and the rest of the team is looking towards the bottom of the map. But they're actually attempting to get the kill against Greymane. That might even work out. In comes the attack against Tobos. And let's see, can they defend the keep? That's the bigger question. They're not as far behind as they were in the previous game, but it doesn't really come as a surprise here, obviously. So now Dayrate on the move once more. Greymane is able to move straight back down to the Nexus in order to get his hit points back. Artanis is securing the top lane in the meantime. The bullet could be thrown out again. Now, as I said before, once that we have level 16 for Vala, there is more and more pressure that amounts against Cho'Gall, but they are far cry away from this, so it is a little bit tricky. Can they actually survive this long? Because Vala is under constant pressure, and now we have the pressure against the keep itself, and once that falls, obviously the catapults are going to be there plenty. There's the kill against Vala. They're trying to go for the kill against Cho'Gall, but Johanna goes down. Again, the blind against the non-auto attackers in the backline. And Cho'Gall is pushing them back again, creating some space for the rest of the team to take down the keep. And they're already looking at the core. They're trying to go for the core here, and with only 3 heroes remaining, they might be able to get some damage on it. But I highly doubt that they can end the game here. Next Immortal is also spawning in a few more seconds, so that is pretty tempting to just claim the objective and then crush through the top lane. 60,000 damage, by the way, by Gall, and 24,000 by Greymane. They're holding on. They want level 13. Bullet connects. That's at least something. Vala comes in, unleashes everything she has. Unfortunately, doesn't connect the stun. And the turnaround attempt is already there as Probius goes for the bottom camp, and Gazlow is setting up shop at the Immortal, going for the defensive position here, more so than anything else. 13 is so close now, and it has actually been taken. That camp, I wouldn't really take that. I mean, at this point, Immortals are on the map, so you should probably look for that. They try to go for Dayrate again. If they can get that kill, it would be great. The problem is that Artanis is already in trouble, but they're looking for the kill, and they might get it. Molten Core is in, but there's still an opportunity for them. And can they pick it up? Why are they not focusing on him? Greymane down. Half the team tried to go for a different target, and now all of a sudden only Gazlow dies. Triple kill against the Reds. Johanna and Artanis are down. They could have taken Cho'Gall down, but they split their attention. Here comes the Bloodlust again for the extra movement speed, and Dayrate is alive and kicking as Probius is just looking at this entire scenario unfolding in front of them and says like, okay, screw this, I'm going to be going for the Immortal right now. You guys have fun at the core. I'm going to make sure we get the objective. 16 against 13 on the talent side. Also 16 stacks for Vala. There's the bullet again. I mean, they do such a good job against Cho'Gall here occasionally, and then all of a sudden when they see a Molten Core coming out, everybody is panicking and goes for different targets. Nobody really waits it out and starts to get the quick kill there, which pretty much signifies a double kill, obviously. So yeah, they just had way too much there. No kill against Rhaegar, by the way. The two supports have not fallen yet. Alexstrasza without a single death, and the same is true for Rhaegar. Halftime show has been won by the blue team, but here's the race, and they can maybe even win that. Now again, they have incredible damage against that Immortal. But here comes the attack. Johanna. Johanna is actually AFK. Johanna is AFK! Johanna is AFK! Report, please! Report, please! Artanis is down, and Johanna is AFK in the Nexus. Wow. Top side, the camp is pushing through, but yeah, that's a bad look right now for the main tank. Maybe with a stun they would have been able to pull something off here. Not quite sure what's going on here, but yep, Jojo is finally back to business. He could have paused the game, but I don't know what happened. But either way, it was a bit unfortunate to say the least. Now the top lane pressure with the Immortal on 50% shields, and Turkey at the bottom has to defend against the Cho'Gall setup that is trying to push through with this. Now Probius is playing its own game. Probius is just playing full PvE the entire time. Going through the top, Greymane is already sitting there, but bot lane pressure against the core is mounting up. And still the question, can they maybe get a kill against Cho'Gall at some point? Bullet is ready, so Greymane could set that up, but Greymane is actually sitting topside right now, defending against the Immortal. Down here, grab a bomb, locked down against Artanis, 1 stun, 2 stun, 3 stun, and down they go. Artanis is getting dropped, and so did Jojo. Yeah, day rate is still low, whereas Greymane seems to be trying to get the kill against Probius. That didn't even work out. So no defense from him. The Immortal went through the top keep like hot butter through cheese. So that one's down, and it seems like the core is going to fall here too. So yeah, no 16 for Turkey. No Manticore for Vala after all. And with this, ladies and gentlemen, the game is about to be over. Nice victory here from France. Cho'Gall, Gazlow and Probius with a 100% win rate at the Nations Cup. Clearly OP, GG, and well played. Hey guys, thanks for watching today's video, and I hope that you enjoyed the match and the commentary. The remaining time of the video has been added to protect against spoilers caused by the length of the video itself. But please keep in mind, though, that this does not only mean more work for me, but also has a negative impact on the popularity of the videos and the channel because of YouTube's algorithms. It would be greatly appreciated if you'd consider supporting the channel and help me to continue the daily esports coverage by clicking the join button below the video or supporting me through the Patreon page linked in the video description. Thanks a lot for the support, and see you guys next time.